Oh god, that's really awkward. Okay. Hi. So I haven't posted on YouTube in over a year. It's been a year and like 4 months because the last time I posted on here was probably like February, like early February, late January of 2023. And it's basically the end of April or mid April ish right now. So yeah, it's been a while. And I deleted all the videos that I had up because I was just so terrified of anybody that I knew seeing them. But now I don't really care. I don't. I just, yeah, I don't really care. So here I am once again. Hello. I need to introduce myself though, because this is the first official video that's being put up on YouTube by me about me. So hello, my name is Jahara. Jahara. I'm a minor, so don't get crazy in comments. Don't. I'm a minor. Okay. Um, what else can I say? I don't know. I have the on. I have locks. I'm currently on my lock journey. I'll hit a year in August, so I guess I'm 4 months away from 12 months. So I'm like 8 months in to my lock journey. Currently have a head wrap on because I have to retwist my hair and I don't feel like it. So this is just gonna be my video diaries. I'm like, I don't really have a niche. I like to do everything and anything under the sun. So my house is kind of loud because I have a very young brother and some other siblings. We're just a loud family, actually. It's not just my siblings, but we're just a loud family. Um, that being said, if there are any interruptions or loud noises, don't fret. We're just a loud family, okay? Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying, but this I don't have a niche. That's like, yeah, I don't have a niche. I just am who I am and be who I be and do what I do. And that's about it. Today though, we're gonna talk about what rock bottom was like and how I got back up. Because we're not fully gonna talk about that, but that's gonna be included in the conversation. Yeah. It's freaking hard. I think almost 6 weeks ago, I was broken up with. Going through a tough little breakup right now. It was basically like a 6 month long relationship, if you include before we were together, because we were friends before we dated. And while we were in our like talking stage, like pre officially dating, like pre officiation of our relationship, it was like 3 months. And then I asked the person to be my significant other. And then we were together for 3 months and then we broke up. 3 month rule. It was like 4 months though. I think it was like right before the 4 month mark or right after because this coming week it would have made 6 months. So yeah, right after. Anyway, we were together for a hot minute and I lost both a friend and a lover and it really freaking sucked. I was like, dang, wow, okay. But I realized what I needed to realize and yeah, but that was after. I realized all these things after I hit rock bottom. I hit rock bottom and I was there for 2 weeks and maybe like 2.5 weeks if you want to be technical. I was at rock bottom for a hot minute, crying. I cried for 30 days straight prior to the breakup and also after the breakup. Pre, post, and during. Just crying. Cried for 30 days. And after the breakup, I cried for like the first week. I cried every day for maybe a total of 5 hours a day. Um, It's a lot of crying. I genuinely believe that I would die of heartbreak because I wouldn't stop crying. And it wasn't like the person that broke up with me, they were like, you can cry, like that's such like a blessing because I can't do that. I don't know how to get my emotions out. And I'm like, sure, it is a blessing that I can cry. I understand that. I see that, it is a blessing. However, I can't control it. I literally had no control over how much I cried, when I cried, where I cried. I would just start crying, sometimes without reason or without obvious reason. I'd just be crying, and that would be it. Like, I'd just be sitting there crying, no reason behind it. So yeah, anyway, 2.5 weeks I spent just crying every day, being in a real bad slump, listening to sad music, watching sad movies, just and not doing anything creative. I wasn't doing anything with my life. I was literally just stagnant and stuck in a place of grief, and it really sucked. And it wasn't the breakup that really tore me apart, because that was kind of just the icing on the cake to like when I started to crumble, because so many things had happened prior to the breakup. So many things were going on in my mind prior to the breakup. I was on the verge of not being in here anymore. Okay, I was really, I was losing my mind. Okay, and like inevitably, I guess we would have broken up regardless because I wasn't in the headspace to be in a relationship anyway. I guess. I mean, I was, but I guess looking back on it, it probably wouldn't have ended well if I'd stayed the way I was staying. So I guess it was a good thing. I mean, it was a good thing. It was a good thing. But like, anyway, yeah. So I don't know. I was just in a really bad place. And the breakup was kind of like the icing on the cake. So I crumbled. I stopped doing everything healing that I was doing. I stopped creating. I stopped doing what I needed to do. And I was just honestly depressed. I was like in a full state of consuming, like full body, all consuming depression. And I couldn't get out of it. I was like clawing away at just life trying to get out, and I couldn't, and it sucked really bad. But then I woke up one day and I was like, I'm tired of crying. I don't want to do this anymore. And obviously, you can't just turn off your emotions. So, for a couple days following that, I did cry still. I did have my emotions there, but I was pushing myself to not be in that state. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not dwelling on the past anymore. We're broken up. That's just a fact. People change, people leave, things leave. You can't hold on to everything because nothing is permanent. You have to accept the impermanence of life. I kept telling myself that, like, girl, let go. Nothing lasts forever, not even you. So you gotta let it go. Okay. And eventually I did. And that's where I'm at right now. It took me a while. I also started reading The Alchemist. It's this book, and it's an amazing book, and I recommend everybody who's ever gone through anything relatively sad to read it. Um, it's a beautiful book, honestly. It really helped me. I picked it up out of the blue. I had this book since December of last year. It's currently April 18th. So I've had it since December of 2024. I've had it since December of last year, 2023, and I didn't read it. I opened the book and closed it immediately. I was like, I don't want to read this right now. And I didn't read it. And it was on purpose from the universe, I guess, because when I needed it the most, it came to me. I was like, oh my God, I just found this book. Let's read it. So I picked it up and started reading it. And it was amazing. And one thing that I will remember is not about the contents of the book, but one thing I will remember about picking up the book and then putting it down was the fact that once the book was finished, once I finished reading the book, I sat there and cried. I looked at it and just cried. Not because the ending was sad, not because like I was just so heartbroken over the fact that I finished the book, but because I realized that I was getting a little attached to the book and to the characters and what happened in the book, and I realized, like, girl, this is not a never-ending pile of paper. Like, the story is going to end somewhere. So I cried because I realized that there is an ending to the book, and that the ending of it and the fact that it ends is beautiful. It was a really weird moment. But everything ends and you have to accept the ending of things. And that really helped me like open my eyes and be like, right, everything does end. You have to accept the ending of things because if you hold on to everything, you're going to end up disappointed in some way, shape, or form. To love is to lose, okay? Life requires balance. It just does. That's what it does here. When it rains, there's sun after. When it's sunny, it rains after. You know? It's a cycle of balance. And I had to realize that. I was like, yes, I love this person so much. Yes, I wanted to be in that relationship so much. Like, I love them so much. And I still do. Let me preface that. I still love this person who I was in a relationship with. Like, they hold a very dear piece in my heart. I don't care what they feel about me now. They could hate me, okay? I couldn't care less. I know what I feel towards them is love, and that's all that matters to me right now. I love that person, and I don't think I'll ever stop loving them. But I realized that they didn't want the relationship, and or they couldn't stay in the relationship, whatever wording they may choose. They didn't want the relationship, so I'm not gonna want the relationship. I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go. I love you so much, but I gotta let you go. That's about it. You know? That's it. That's all. And that goes for everything, not just the relationship. Like things change, you lose stuff, you find stuff. It's just the way life is. That's just the way life is. And that's what hitting rock bottom really taught me. This relationship, it was the most beautiful relationship I've ever experienced in my life. And I guess I owed karma a lot because its ending tore me to shreds. But I learned that you need to not be so attached to things. You can love them as much as your heart desires, but you can't stay so attached to things because it's just not going to be good for you in the end. You're gonna lose it. It's bound to happen. Either you lose them or they lose you, but something is gonna end. The relationship will end at one point. And that's just the way life goes. You gotta realize that, like, life, you know, nothing is permanent. So I will forever love that person and they will always have a dear place in my heart. I love them. Just like I love everybody else. Like everybody that I've ever said I love you to, I still love them. Even the people who have treated me terribly, I love the person that I saw in them. I love that person. Okay. My most recent breakup, I love that person. It's just we ain't work out the way we supposed to. It wasn't in the cards for us to stay together. So we not together. And I gotta accept that. And I did accept that. And people recently have been coming up to me and being like three people now, currently, today, to this day, within this week, three people have come up to me and been like, "Are you and so and so still together? Like I thought y'all was still together. You're not still together? What happened? Oh my god, are you okay?" Guys, we've been broken up for a month and a half now. I think your people would know this. Like we haven't spoken to each other. I didn't post them for their birthday. We haven't been around each other. Like we've been broken up. We've been broken up. Like it's been a hot minute, and people are coming up to me and being like, "Oh, y'all would have been so great together. What happened? Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sorry. Like I was rooting for y'all. All this stuff." And I'm like, "That's cool." And what got me today was I sat there and realized that like when people bring it up in the beginning, like the first 2 weeks, if they brought up the broke, well, if they brought up the breakup, I would stand there and stare at them and just start sobbing. Now, people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, y'all not together no more?" And I'm like, "Nope, we're not." Cuz like it did hurt. It hurt really bad and it sucked, you know? But I'm not that person no more. I'm not in that state of like, "Oh my god, this person hurt me so much they left me." Da da da. I'm not feeling like that no more. So why would I bring back them feelings and dwell on the past when I could be present right now in this moment? Speaking of being present and in this moment, ground yourself daily. Find time in your day, even on your commute, to just look around you and realize where you are in the very moment. Like even like before bed, be like I'm in my bed, my arms, my legs, my stomach, my head, everything about my being is on this bed. I can feel my comforter or my covers or clothes or whatever on me. I don't know, I can smell the fragrances coming from outside my window, and I can hear the wind, and I can see the darkness of my room, or maybe like my nightlight or the TV or things like that. Just like ground yourself, because that's what's helped me. Like the breakup was hard. And yesterday I did have a bad day, and the ebbs and flows of life, things happen. And it wasn't even the breakup that was like hard for me yesterday, but everything piled on top of each other. Like the breakup was just the easiest thing to describe as hurting at the moment. And I realized like the breakup happened a month and a half ago, not today. So I stood there, I grabbed onto a stress ball, I was playing with it in my hand and feeling it, recognizing that it was in my hands, and I was listening to the sounds it made, and I was planting my feet on the floor and feeling my feet. And I was like, I am here and I am present and I'm stable, and what happened in the past can't hurt me in the present. And that's about it. So, moral of the story. um the past the past isn't you. The past you isn't you. Who was you yesterday is not you today, and it will not be you tomorrow. Today, you won't even, you're not that person you were yesterday, and tomorrow, you won't be the same person you were today. And I'm not saying there's going to be a major, drastic change, but you just won't be the same person. You'll experience something completely new. That's about it. Um, Rock bottom freaking sucks, but the only way up from rock bottom, whoa, okay, the only way out of rock bottom is up. There's no moving side to side. There's no just staying stagnant. The only way out is up. That's about it, man. This was an awesome little intro vid. I don't think I'm gonna edit this, so it's just gonna go up as is. Um, all I do is talk, man. There's gonna be a bunch of videos just like this. Like I just be talking. I don't even know what I'm gonna title this. Rock bottom, because I mean, yes, I hit rock bottom. That was the basis, but like the only way out is up, I guess. I've also started this book. I guess it'll be a topic for another video, but I also started this book called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, and I started it right after reading The Alchemist. And there are so many things that like interlink between the two. And it's just so beautiful to like read the book and be like, yes, The Alchemist talked about this. And it made me realize what alchemy is, because I always saw the word everywhere, but I'm like, what even is alchemy? And when I looked it up, my phone died. So I never looked it up again. I was like, maybe it's a sign. I'll just take it. But now I know what alchemy is. Can I explain it? Absolutely not. But one way that I understand it is the love of life. And that can mean anything for so many different people. But for me, I know what it means. And that's all that matters to me currently. So yeah, that's it. Um, I'm gonna catch you on the flip. This was amazing, and can't wait for this little journey of posting on YouTube. um, okay. Bye.